Well, hello again, everyone, and welcome again to the new Oklahoma Sports Team presented by the Cherokee Nation. Different setting this time. I'm the same old host, Chris Lincoln, along with Grant Merrill. We have a special guest. We're at Billy's Burger with the man himself, Heisman Trophy of Oklahoma, Billy Sims.
Boomer!
That's Billy Sims for sure, that's right.
How about them Sooners?
How they love it. Well, hey, talk about this new venture, Billy's Burger. What is this all about?
Well, the Billy's Burger's been on the blocks for about 9 years because I didn't want to do it. My business partner, Jeff Jackson, it was kind of his idea.
Yeah.
But we have our first location, of course, is in Midwest City, down from Tinker. And this is our second location here across from the fair on the east side.
Yeah.
And the burgers are pretty good. I have to give them
really good,
credit. Yeah.
And this is one of the features too.
The French fries, loaded fries. We got the cake shake. We got a simple menu.
Right.
And that way people can come out and try us out sometime.
Well, come to Billy's Burger for sure. You'll enjoy that. And Grant, we also can't forget Billy Sims Barbecue, one of our featured sponsors.
You know what? Since I've been in the burger business a little bit, I keep saying barbecue all the time. 17 years of doing it, I got to remember I'm in the burger business too.
Old habits die hard.
Yeah. Now, how many restaurants, how many states for Billy Sims Barbecue?
We're in about 6 states, a little over 40 plus stores right now.
That's great, yeah.
Yeah, and very fortunate.
You talked about the seasoning, right? Billy Sims seasoning and barbecue sauce?
Well, see, I haven't lived in Owasso for the last 4 years. Of course, Billy's got a pretty happening barbecue place there that Trent Crow is the franchisee.
Trent has a lot of stores too.
He does.
Because not cutting you off, he used to work for Walmart.
Sure.
He kind of run it like Walmart too.
Wow,
well, he's done a great job with the store there. But one day he told me, I had told him I had just gotten a Traeger smoker, and he said, you ought to take some of this seasoning home and try to do your own barbecue, see how you like it. And a few weeks ago, I was also in your corporate headquarters, and Tina Wooldridge, who does your marketing, she handed me this sauce that's, I guess, not on the market yet, but she gave it to me anyway.
Just in the stores.
Yeah. And so we ended up putting that on our burnt ends this weekend, and it was still the best barbecue ever.
Good.
It was like going to Billy Sims on,
just
doing it at my house. Now
we've been thinking about doing burnt ends. A lot of people don't know about burnt ends.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people don't know how to do them either.
They don't. If you don't know what burnt ends are, you take the tip of a brisket and you cube it up and you put them in sauce and cook them in sauce, and it's kind of a Kansas City thing, but we sure enjoy making them at home. So.
Yeah.
Well, now we got everybody hungry. Let's stop talking some football for gosh sakes here. Well, the two big stories, of course, this weekend: Caleb Williams' debut at Oklahoma as the true freshman quarterback, first one since Coach Cale Gundy in 1990 was the last time they had a true freshman starting at OU, and then of course the fantastic comeback to the Oklahoma State Cowboys, and you always love when they beat Texas. Anybody beats Texas.
Well, even the schools in the state of Texas don't like Texas.
Tell us about your impressions of Caleb Williams, that young freshman. I know you were quoted last week as saying your decision, but you keep starting Spencer Rattler.
Well, yeah, that's till after I saw Mr. Williams. But I thought, first game, freshman come in, done a great job, and but last week, this guy's the real deal. He really is. And the team responds around him a whole lot, too.
Recognized today, right? Big 12 honor?
Yeah, he got Offensive Player of the Week after he accounted for 361 total yards and 5 touchdowns in that 52-31 victory over TCU Saturday. And, of course, this is his first honor. He hadn't even gotten to talk to the media yet.
He don't know what he's doing
He doesn't know what he's doing yet. But of course, this is his first honor, second straight week that he's earned a Big 12 accolade as he was the newcomer of the week last week.
Wow.
And, I mean, those honors have to feel pretty good when you're just a true freshman.
Oh, no question about it. It's I don't think you take it for granted either. Because he has a greater supporting cast around him. Yeah. And that's how that's happening for him. He can't forget that.
The maturity, though, a 19-year-old kid, Billy, who didn't play high school football as a senior because he had COVID at BC.
That's right.
He played high school football last year.
Right. So, like
Very
I said, he don't really know what he's doing yet.
Hit his first 10 passes, and then started the tight end, dropped a touchdown pass in the end zone, 11th one and stuff. But I also had a chance to talk to Lincoln Riley the press conference after the victory over TCU, and he was asked by the media, when did he make the decision to go with the freshman as his starting quarterback?
Yeah, decided that we're going to start him midweek sometime. I told both the guys what the plan was, and I give them a bunch of credit, man. Both of them handled the week well. I was very confident playing either one of them. They both practiced extremely well, helped each other, support each other, even in the game tonight. They were just both very into it, helping each other, talking about things we were doing, adjustments. So, all that junk that's been reported on the outside, no, I did not see that from either one of these guys all week. They were both focused and ready to help their team on however they were called on. Caleb got the opportunity tonight and obviously did a great job with it. And I'm confident that had Spencer gotten the opportunity tonight with the way he practiced, he would have played very well also. So thought the room handled it great. Proud of those guys for a winning effort and being team first guys.
What a performance, but again, you still got to feel somewhere for Spencer Rattler. The kid started the season as the preseason Heisman favorite, Billy, and now he's on the bench.
Yeah. Well, this is going to really tell what type of player he is and what type of person he is for the team. If he is true to his game, that it's all about the team, then he'll be there. Because I never seen a Rolls Royce without a spare tire.
Always have one ready, right?
That's right, because you never know.
That's not bad having a backup that was a preseason favorite for the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about Caleb Williams is now on the Heisman watch list, of course.
Well, of course, after what he's done, but if he continue to do what he's been doing, he has a possibility to be in that running for it.
Yes.
Somebody who's been on every one of those lists and somebody who won the trophy, I mean, what is going through your mind in the middle of the season when all this talk starts? Because, they didn't have social media when you won the trophy, but there was still talk everywhere.
Going into my junior year, I was just glad to be healthy and well for a change.
Yeah.
And nobody knew I was going to end up winning the Heisman because I hadn't done anything.
Right.
I get there, I back up the great Joe Washington. The next year, I get hurt. I quit. A lot of people didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
I went back home to pump gas at Hook, Texas. One day I looked up at Coach Switzer, talking about fill me up because this is going to be your last day of pumping gas. And I went back to Norman.
Back to the Heisman Trophy in 78.
And at that time period, he saw something in me. I was a kid, and everything else was history.
Well, obviously Billy Sims is connected with Oklahoma and OU, but a lot of Oklahoma State fans coming to Billy's Burger as well.
Oh, yes. We have a lot of fun with it. Even one of their guys, Barry Sanders, eat my food.
That's right.
I have a restaurant in Ford Field, the Lions, so we both played for the Lions.
Right. Number 20, both of you.
That's right. And one time I said, Barry, you know what? We need to put one of these barbecue in Stillwater. He said, you think it'll work? I said, yeah, we'll call it BS and BS. I said, it'll work.
Well, what a comeback win for the Cowboys over the Texas Longhorns in Austin this past week, 32-24.
Go Pokes!
That's right. That's a good man.
That's right.
They were down 17-3, Grant. They were down 24-13. Came back and won that game of the dominant fourth quarter.
Well, I don't root for OSU very often, but I'll root for anybody that's playing Texas.
Well, for sure. That's why I said go Pokes until.
We asked Coach Gundy about that fourth quarter after the game in Texas. I think OSU's got the best defense in the Big 12.
I agree.
I mean, really,
they do have a pretty good defense and a pretty good team, too. You can't take them for granted.
And, of course, maybe all in the line at Bedlam, and you never know what happens.
Yeah, you can't. Bedlam can be either way. If they hadn't even have a good record going in, they're going to give you all they got, that's for sure.
Also, our Big Four, of course, last weekend, Tulsa, big comeback for them, Grant. They won on the road 32-31 at South Florida. What happened to the Hogs at homecoming in Fayetteville?
Well, it was a bad day. Auburn happened to the Hogs. And, I think that the SEC officiating happened to the Hogs, too, according to a lot of the Razorback fans. They say that all the time, but, it was a little more prevalent on Saturday.
38-23 is more than officials, though.
Right.
That was they started winning the first four. Now what, they've lost the last three, right?
Yes.
Come on, Hogs, get with it here now. We'll be right back with Billy Sims. Go down memory road with them. Go back to Hooks, Texas, and the gas station in Berry, Switzerland. Stay with us on the Oklahoma sports scene presented by the Cherokee Nation. Here at Billy's Burger. Come on down and enjoy a burger.
Please do.
Want to play a game? Then join us for $1 Million Fright Night. Saturdays, October 9th through the 30th from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. We'll draw 5 players to carve off a share of up to $1 million cash. Start earning entries October 1st at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Tulsa. Tulsa's top spot for a good time awaits you. Come experience award-winning entertainment and nightlife. Escape and relax. Savor every bite. Then bring it all in for your encore. Only at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Tulsa. Voted Tulsa's best.
Billy Sims knows barbecue. How about 9 meats, including brisket, chicken, pork, turkey, and ribs? Just to name a few, and 7 home-style sides. We start early to slow smoke the most delicious meats for over 12 hours.
Every day.
Wherever you want, online, dine-in, curbside, or carry-out. We've had a passion for over 15 years of serving delicious barbecue to people like you. Billy Sims has fast, drop-in friendly neighborhood service, loud enough for a tailgate and fancy enough for a wedding. Like we said, Billy Sims knows barbecue.
The world-class thoroughbreds are racing at Remington Park. There's live racing now through December 17th. So don't miss all the action on the track and in the casino. Send your heart racing at Remington Park.
At Rogers State University, we keep things personal.
It all starts here.
We make sure our graduates get the most out of their education.
RSU has campuses in Claremore, Bartlesville, and Pryor, with on-campus housing and a wide variety of programs to suit your needs.
It all starts here.
Rogers State University.
We welcome you back to the all-new Oklahoma sports scene. We are at the Billy Sims Burger on the northeast corner of 21st and Yale in Tulsa. It's right across from the fairgrounds, the old Big Splash.
That's right, yeah.
Half my memories were across the street over here. I'm looking forward to making a lot of new eating memories here, Billy.
Good. I hope so. Hope you guys enjoy it.
Well, we got some good memories for Billy. Let's start with you and a question you talk about. You're a baseball fan too.
Well, yeah, I'm an old St. Louis Cardinals fan. I was telling Billy during the break that, Jack Buck and Mike Shannon put me to sleep at night, being able to listen to him in my earphone. And you were kind of a baseball guy.
Oh, no question about it.
Grew up in St. Louis, right?
Grew up in St. Louis. My number 20 came from Lou Brock.
Okay. Ah, that's right, sure.
Bob Gibson, Leno Cepeda, Kirk Flood, all those guys. Not Lou Brock, but Kirk Flood.
Yeah, sure.
One of them. I'm getting old now.
Yeah.
But anyway, big Cardinals fan. And I thought I was going to be the next Bob Gibson one day.
Yeah.
Because during that time period, most black kids, boys, we played baseball.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't play any football.
Yeah.
And when I came to Texas.
Then you moved to Hooks, Texas, with grandma, right?
With my grandma, Hooks, Texas, population 2,000 people. Still is 2,000. Well, might be 199 because I'm up here now. But anyway, I didn't come out and start playing football until the 10th grade.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And when I did, we was worse than the Bad News Bears. I mean, a whole lot of running and no blocking. So I was afraid of getting hit. I started out as third string running back and first string linebacker because I could outrun everybody, make tackles. And it was terrible. I'll put it that way. But we got better as times went on because a lot of people didn't know, never heard of Hooks, Texas. So most of the time people will say Texarkana.
Yeah.
Of course, now they say Hooks, Texas.
That's right. But you certainly blossomed there in high school, became the #1 high school running back recruit in the country, right? #1 rusher?
Yeah, in 1974, 75, I was the #1 nationally high school, and David Overstreet was second behind me from Big Sandy, Texas.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Talk about that recruiting class that's the soonest put together in the state of Texas.
Well, at one time they had in the state of Texas called the Blue Chippers, top Blue Chippers.
Right.
18 top Blue Chippers guys. 14 out of 18 came to Oklahoma. This was in 1975, 74, 75. Guys like Kenny King, Daryl Hunt.
Wow.
Greg Roberts, who won the Outland Trophy.
Was your roommate?
Was my roommate. Same year I won the Heisman. Daryl Hunt, I think I called it Reggie Mathis.
Oh,
I mean, we
guys,
was just loaded, just loaded.
And yet you almost had the Baptist win you over from the Sooners in Switzerland. Talk about that.
Well, I was headed to Baylor because my grandmother fell in love with Coach Taft.
Great guy, yeah.
Great guy. They're Baptists and we're Baptists. I was just going because we was Baptists, to tell the truth. And
what did Switzer do to you when you showed up at his house?
Coach is one of the best salesmen I ever met in my life. He's probably still selling now.
You know
80 plus years old.
He's the best.
Yeah. And we get to his house because I told Coach I wasn't going. And the kids at that time, he had 3, kids, and they all run out there with number 20 on.
His own kids.
His own kids. He said, look at them. They already selling your jersey number up here. I'm thinking, as a young kid, I'm thinking, wow, I'm only got my jersey number 20. Of course, all of that changed after I went back home, and on the weekend I used to pump gas.
Yeah.
So he knew where I was. A lot of people say, well, they hid me out. Oklahoma hid.
Yeah.
They didn't hide me out, but they knew where I was. Yeah. And University of Colorado, that's who they was playing.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, my coworkers came out and said, hey, Billy, Coach Switzer want to talk to you. I said, well, he's at the football game. I just heard him because Hooks is not that far from us, Idabel in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So I could get it on the radio.
Yeah.
I go to the payphone. You remember the payphone, Chris?
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah. It's Coach Switzer at halftime on the payphone. Who does that?
From Colorado.
From Colorado. And we talked the whole entire halftime. And I could hear the referee come in and say, Coach, you got to get back on the field to get ready to kick out. He said, you hear that number 20? He said, I got to finish this butt whooping. But I'll call you when I get home, but I'm going to promise you 2 things if you recommit and come to this great state of Oklahoma. I'm thinking, okay, here it comes. He said, first of all, I'm going to make sure you get your degree, which I did. And 2, your grandmother will be happy about all that. He pulled a grandmother card.
Oh, yeah.
And then you going to win the Heisman Trophy. That's what he said.
Wow.
You know the funny thing about that?
Yeah.
As freshmen, we all like to brag how we got recruited.
Yeah.
We in a room one day. We all had the same story.
Everybody showed up in different jersey numbers.
Yeah, we're going to win a Heisman Trophy from Coach Switzer. And we laugh about that now. Coach and I, he said, well, one out of a few wasn't bad. So, yeah.
So you go from not having played football before the 10th grade to being the talk of the state of Texas
scared of getting hit.
in 2 years. I mean, what was that like for being a teenage boy?
I got better at it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Faster.
Faster, yes, yeah. But, at one time, and I look back on it now, I'm 66 years old. I had Coach Switzer, Coach Daryl Hunt, and Coach Frank Ball in Hooks, Texas, in a room about big as this out there. Watch me play a playoff game.
Yeah.
How big?
Not bad,
unreal.
Well, we're glad you made the right choice. We're going to get into some of Billy's early years at OU, and it didn't get out to a massive start. Oh, there's one of the shake right there.
Oh, yes. It might be the cake shake. Who knows?
What's the cake shake all about?
Oh, it's a secret in there, too. You just got to try it.
All right. Hey, we asked some people who are here dining at Billy's Burger what they think of Billy's food, and maybe they have a question for the Heisman Trophy winner.
My name is Lamar Burks. I'm the Booker T. Washington Sports Museum historian, and I have a question for Billy Sims. My question is, can he name 3 people, including himself, whose initials start with BS?
The 3 BS's, Barry Switzer, Coach Bob Stoops, and Barry Sanders, I think. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I forget. And myself.
And you said in one room with all those BS's?
Oh, yeah, you get us all together. There is a lot of BS's in one room, that's for sure.
We got a lot more to talk about here with Billy Sims, his early years at OU, and we come back. Stay with us on the new Oklahoma Sports Team presented by the Cherokee Nation at Billy's Burger in Tulsa.
Want to play a game? Then join us for $1 million Fright Night. Saturdays, October 9th through the 30th from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. We'll draw 5 players to carve off a share of up to $1 million cash. Start earning entries October 1st at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Tulsa. Tulsa's top spot for a good time awaits you. Come experience award-winning entertainment and nightlife. Escape and relax. Savor every bite. Then bring it all in for your encore. Only at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Tulsa. Voted Tulsa's best.
What happens when Rumble of the Oklahoma City Thunder takes on the 2 fellas and a big vehicle team on the court? they should leave it to a professional. And when it comes to moving the Thunder and all of Rumble's stuff, he should leave it to the professionals.
We got this.
Let the pros from two fellas take it from here.
The Tulsa Oilers are back at the BOK Center for the 70th season of Tulsa hockey. Join the Oilers for opening night Saturday, October 30th at 7:05 as they take on the Kansas City Mavericks. For tickets, call 918-632-7825 or visit TulsaOilers.com and get ready to defend the rig.
Billy Sims knows barbecue. How about 9 meats, including brisket, chicken, pork, turkey, and ribs? Just to name a few, and 7 home-style sides. We start early to slow smoke the most delicious meats for over 12 hours.
Every day.
Wherever you want, online, dine in, curbside, or carry out. We've had a passion for over 15 years of serving delicious barbecue to people like you. Billy Sims has fast, drop-in friendly neighborhood service, loud enough for a tailgate and fancy enough for a wedding. Like we said, Billy Sims knows barbecue.
The world-class thoroughbreds are racing at Remington Park. There's live racing now through December 17th. So don't miss all the action on the track and in the casino. Send your heart racing at Remington Park.
We're back at Billy's Burger here in Tulsa, right across from the Expo Square area on 19th and Yale. And with our man, Billy Sims, the Heisman Trophy winner of Oklahoma in 1970, and the restaurateur himself. Billy, they just bought us another thing on the menu.
I'm tired of looking at this.
Tell me about this chicken
here.
sandwich. These
are the curds.
The cheese curds just came in.
Oh, yeah.
I want to talk about this, though.
That's a big one, isn't it?
Look at this thing.
Yeah, look at that.
Grab hold of that thing.
I've done it before.
Oh, man. Now, what's on this?
It started clucking, and you got to be careful.
That's a big breast for a chicken, buddy.
Yeah, good breast.
Good looking there.
I tell you, when we were there for the preview on Friday, I was driving along and I heard my wife on the radio giving a 5-star review of your cheese curds.
Oh, well,
so
appreciate
you
it.
impressed her.
Yeah,
For
people
sure.
like the cheese curds. But one thing I learned in the food business, period, you're not going to please everybody.
No.
So you can forget that. That ain't going to happen.
Well, people are really happy around here. We'll hear some more customer comments and more questions to Billy on the show as we go on here. Let's get you to Norman, Oklahoma. You finally get on the campus there in 75. And what were you doing? Only 15 carries for 93 yards, 76, 3 carries, 44 yards, 71 carries for 413 yards, and 77. What were you doing all that time?
Well, you got to remember, they had other great players there. I backed up Joe Washington my freshman year.
Yeah.
You know, plus I didn't know wishbone, chicken bone, it all the same to me. I didn't care about that.
Yeah.
And then I go into my sophomore year, I injured my shoulders.
Right.
Then I got red-shirted. I quit, went back to Hooks, Texas. I'm going to pump gas, you know.
You really quit and went home?
Yes. And Coach Switzer shows up. And he told me the only gas you're going to be pumping is going to be in Norman, Oklahoma. So I go back into my junior year. I was finally healthy for a change, kind of rededicated myself for playing football. And the rest was history.
This is the Heisman year, 78?
Heisman 78. Thing about that, nobody, the university, the coaching staff, even Coach Switzer, they didn't know that was going to happen.
Look at those stats in 78, though, huh?
Yeah, I mean, 231 carries, 1,762 yards.
That's a
20
correction.
touchdowns.
It should be 1,823 yards.
Well, that's what happens when we let Chris tie.
No. That's the way it's printed in a lot of stuff. You look it up.
What did they forget? The bowl game?
Yeah, they didn't used to enter the bowl game.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
I
the
stand
bowl
corrected,
game.
Chris. I'm sorry.
Average
Cricket was good.
Average 7.6 yards a carry, though, that season.
Yeah. I had a great season. You know, I had a great supporting cast of guys. My roommate won the Outland Trophy. Who blocked for me. Another guy named Victor Hicks who blocked for me.
Big tight end. Big Victor, yeah.
Jody Fortner, the center. We was loaded.
I was fortunate.
And our quarterback, Thomas Locke.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
We were running that wishbone offense.
I was fortunate doing Barry Switzer's replay shows that time.
Right.
I had more fun with that and stuff, of course. But then, who did you beat out for the Heisman in '78? Do you remember who the other candidates were? Or?
Oh, you never remember who was second.
Well, you were second in '79, though.
I remember that.
Charles White.
Charles White,
USC.
USC. And a lot of people still think I should have won it twice, maybe. But the votes was already in before my last 2 games.
Yeah.
And I had close to 600 yards my last 2 games.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that had to have been a lot of excitement. And, you know, when you finally found out you were the winner, I mean, what was that feeling like?
You know, back then, I was in class. And my roommate came and told me about it, Greg Roberts.
Right.
And said, you need to go to the sport information department somewhere. I said, well, I ain't leaving this class because my professor, he don't care if I got whatever I won. He don't care. So I was an hour late almost getting to the sport information department, and that's when all the celebration came about.
See, kids, Billy had his priorities in life.
Oh,
right
yeah, I wasn't missing that class.
Okay, so you live on that promise. You won the Heisman Trophy.
Right.
And the other promise was you got your degree?
Oh, yeah, I got my degree from the University of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
But with Coach Swerson, sometimes you gotta, watch what he say. Because I didn't believe none of that, really. I finally gave in because they had an assistant coach on there named Coach Bill Shimmick.
Yeah, Bill Shimmick. I remember Bill.
That's who recruited me.
Yeah.
Spent 77 days in Hooks, Texas. I got tired of it. I said, yeah, I'm coming. 77 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good old days of Oklahoma football. Hey, we have a lady who has a question for you and a comment about your food. Let's listen to her right now.
My name is Kim, and my question is favorite touchdown memory.
My favorite touchdown was in the NFL, the airplane.
That was you against the
LA Rams,
right? Number 20 there for the Detroit Lions.
Back when they was in Anaheim.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Because half of it was baseball field.
Yeah, that's right.
So, of course, we have to ask what your favorite OU touchdown was.
Was diving over the top.
Now, you told us off the air a little while ago you kind of had some extracurricular activities as a child that contributed to that diving.
Well, I took gymnastics in St. Louis.
Oh, wow.
And turning flips, and I used to walk on my hand and backward flips and all that stuff.
Oh,
Can you still do any of those moves? Or?
In my mind. Because if not, if I do it now, you're going to take me to the hospital.
There you go. There you go.
Well, Billy had himself quite an NFL career, too. When we come back, we're going to be talking more to him about his days with the Detroit Lions there and some all-pro activity there. So stay with us right here on the Billy's Barbecue Place. No, I got Billy's Burger Place.
Burger? Yeah, I get the same way. That's all right. I do it myself.
Billy's Burger, first to Oklahoma Sports Team, presented by the Cherokee Nation. Talk NFL football with Billy when we get back.
Want to play a game? Then join us for $1 million Fright Night. Saturdays, October 9th through the 30th from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. We'll draw 5 players to carve off a share of up to $1 million cash. Start earning entries October 1st at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Tulsa. Tulsa's top spot for a good time awaits you. Come experience award-winning entertainment and nightlife. Escape and relax. Savor every bite. Then bring it all in for your encore. Only at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Tulsa. Voted Tulsa's best.
Billy Sims knows barbecue. How about 9 meats, including brisket, chicken, pork, turkey, and ribs? Just to name a few, and 7 home-style sides. We start early to slow smoke the most delicious meats for over 12 hours.
Every day.
Wherever you want, online, dine in, curbside, or carry out. We've had a passion for over 15 years of serving delicious barbecue to people like you. Billy Sims has fast, drop-in friendly neighborhood service, loud enough for a tailgate and fancy enough for a wedding. Like we said, Billy Sims knows barbecue.
The world-class thoroughbreds are racing at Remington Park. There's live racing now through December 17th. So don't miss all the action on the track and in the casino. Send your heart racing at Remington Park.
We're back at Billy's Burger on the new Oklahoma Sports Team Show, presented by the Cherokee Nation. And, well, they just keep tempting us here, don't they, Grant? What is this now? Look at this.
They brought out everything.
Wow.
Cakes.
Now, what is this, Billy? This is your
chocolate cake. That's a calorie booster.
chocolate fudge cake. And they put that in a shake, too, right?
They put it in a shake. It's even better in a shake.
Now, did any of these recipes come from that grandmother of yours that in Hooks, Texas?
Well, some of them do, especially with the barbecue side. A lot of them do.
Nice.
And here we just kind of ask different employees what they like and stuff. And that's kind of how we started with it.
But that burger is the classic on-the-grill burger, right?
Oh, yeah.
Angus beef, the best beef.
Angus beef, right.
Good stuff. Well, let's take you now to the pros. NFL. The 1980 NFL draft came, and the number one pick in the NFL draft is Billy Sims, running back, Oklahoma, to the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Give us that night. Talk about it. Was it the big media event then? Were you there? Hats and everything? And what happened?
Actually, ESPN was just getting started around about that time, 78, 79. So had the pleasure of meeting, I think his name.
Chris Berman?
Chris Berman.
My man, that's right, Chris.
Because he gave me the nickname Kung Fu Billy.
That's right.
If you go to 1983 game against the Houston Oilers, you'll see why they call me Kung Fu
Tell us that story.
Billy.
What happened there? You were doing your hurdling.
Yeah, I was hurdling again, and defensive back was coming up to try to make the tackle. And I was thinking, well, it's either going to be me or him. His name, I can't think of the guy's name, but anyway, ESPN used to show it a lot. So I kicked him in the face, knocked him out, and went over 2 other guys and got the first down. And they didn't throw a flag on that play. What they did, they fined me $500 the following week. Every week the NFL looks at different things. And which the $500, it was worth it. You know.
But you got a nickname from Chris Berman, though, right?
Kung Fu Billy, yeah, he called me that. But, you know, back then with Heisman and all that stuff, I still give a lot of that to the supporting cast around me, just like in business.
Sure, yeah.
You have good people working for you, you have a chance to be successful.
Hey, Grant, you're still too young, but some of the accolades of Billy in the NFL are very impressive, though.
Yeah, they are. I mean, you were the first person picked in the NFL draft. You made the Pro Bowl in 80, 81, and 82, and then, you know, you led the Lions to the playoffs in 82 and 83. I was 1 and 2 years old, respectively.
That's probably my best year, 83.
Really? 83, okay.
We go out to Candlestick, Joe Montana and company, Ronnie Lott. They was good. We're down 21-3 at the half.
To Joe Montana.
To Joe Montana. Our quarterback at the time, who does news now, I think it was CBS, Gary Danielson.
Gary Danielson, yeah, right. Yeah.
He was from Purdue.
Yep,
that was our quarterback. He threw 5 interceptions in the first half because we was trying to. We ended up losing by a field goal.
Really?
Had a great kicker named Eddie Murray out of Tulane. Kick. But the problem was, it was 40 yards. We kicked, we on to the next round. Another check in our pocket. Next round. And the wind was blowing off the ocean. Caught it. I still see it fading to the right from the bay.
Gosh.
So that's the closest I ever had a chance of possibly going to the Super Bowl.
You know,
great game, though.
The one thing I draw from that comment is that he hadn't been on the field in years, but fans are still griping at Gary Danielson on Saturday. So.
And
you're right.
He was the Detroit Lions' original number 20.
Yeah,
but a few years later, another guy used your number.
Barry Sanders couldn't have been a better guy to wear that number. He took it to another level. But even before Barry and I, there was another guy that played on defense, played with Steve Owens.
Lem Barney.
That's right.
I remember him,
Lem Barney wore number 20.
I grew up in Detroit. I went
Pro.
to high school in Detroit. Outside Warren, Michigan, I did. Class of 65. Warren, Michigan.
Get out of
That's
here.
right, Billy. That's right. I was a big Detroit Lions fan.
Oh, you a Go Lions. Man, I didn't know you were. I didn't know you were in Michigan.
I suffered. You guys were crap.
Yeah, we were.
God. Just kill me, Billy.
But some of the loyal fans in the world.
We had great times in Lion games. Old Detroit Stadium and stuff.
The old stadium. I was at the Silverdome. I mean, to this day, they still show up. They've been losing forever.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot. What was a better fan base, the college scene with OU or the pro scene with the Lions?
College scene.
Okay.
Yeah, no question about that.
What about these Sooner fans?
Unreal. Of course, they still always bring up one game like 40 years later.
They're not talking about Nebraska 1978. I don't remember. I was there. You were right in front of me.
See, the
National championship on the line. The championship.
3-yard line.
Oh, God.
But see, the thing about what people don't talk about.
You got back.
Yeah, we did the rematch game.
Yeah.
We beat that. But we had 9 fumbles that game. And Coach Switzer told me that. I said, yeah, Coach. But nobody remembered the other 8.
That's right. Well, you made up for big time with the Orange Bowl. I'll never forget that scene. We had it on one of our specials on Channel 8 at the time. They had a shot of the camera there with Bob Devaney, Tom Osborne in the room.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Orange Bowl guy. And he announced, I'd like to announce that you've been set to rematch and replay the Oklahoma Sooners in the Orange Bowl. And they both just...
It got quiet.
Yeah, they just did. And you put it on them in the Orange Bowl. What a great performance there.
Well, we didn't have any fumbles either.
That's right.
That game. Yeah, that helped us out a lot. But we always had mad respect for Nebraska because always back then came
great
down
fans up there, too.
Oh, great fans.
Yeah.
Came up between us and Nebraska winning in the Big 8 conference at the time. And the funny thing about it, several years back, Coach Switzer, athletic director, and Bob Stoops and myself, I think Greg Roberts, we go up to Nebraska for a benefit for Coach Tom Osborne.
Oh, yeah.
Great guy, great benefit.
Dr. Tom.
So they're introducing their All-American players and everybody. They introduced me. When they brought me up, they were showing the fumble on the 2-yard line. I said, no, show the rematch, the rematch. But it's fun, though. Yeah,
what did you enjoy more, your OU career or the NFL career?
NFL. I mean, even to this day, most people, when you say Heisman, that's it.
Yeah, right.
I hardly ever hear anybody ask about the Detroit Lions. We're terrible, but I'm still a Lions fan, and hopefully one of these days, who knows?
I had a guy tell me on Facebook the other day when he saw our picture on there, he said, Billy was my hero as an Oklahoma Sooner. I became a Lions fan, and he's responsible for 20 years of depression. So.
He's right. Bless his heart.
Great memories here with Billy Sims. I mean, you have another person here talking about the Billy Burger menu and also about, interesting questions for Billy Sims.
Well, my name is Jim McDonald, and my question is, when did he first meet Bob Stoops?
Yes, I met Coach Stoops. Actually, Coach Bob Stoops, he played against me my senior year in college. He was a freshman. And when they decided to hire him, I was at the press conference, and I had this picture in my hand, but it hadn't been signed at the time. I said, well, Coach, you missed the tackle. He said, what are you talking about, Billy? I showed it to him. He said, oh, yeah, I was a freshman. He said, well, we held you to 120 yards that day. I said, you did, Coach, but I didn't play the second half.
And this is Bob Stoops,
this is right here.
41, right there, huh?
University of Iowa, right here. This is in Norman,
Oklahoma. He wasn't
Oklahoma.
even close to you, was he?
Not on this play. Not on this play.
Billy.
For sure.
Well, we got to come back with some more fun here, Billy. Come on, we got to try this.
You think
Billy.
so?
Yeah.
Okay, I got we left him out here a little bit on that. I'm going to try this a little bit. It's good.
I'm coming out of this empty-handed.
All right, here you go.
You are.
Man, that's good.
That's pretty good. It is good.
We'll be back later.
Yeah.
Yes, that's good. Eat more of that, yeah.
The Tulsa Oilers are back at the BOK Center for the 70th season of Tulsa hockey. Join the Oilers for opening night Saturday, October 30th at 7:05 as they take on the Kansas City Mavericks. For tickets, call 918-632-7825 or visit TulsaOilers.com and get ready to defend the rig.
Want to play a game? Then join us for $1 million Fright Night. Saturdays, October 9th through the 30th from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. We'll draw 5 players to carve off a share of up to $1 million cash. Start earning entries October 1st at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Tulsa. Tulsa's top spot for a good time awaits you. Come experience award-winning entertainment and nightlife. Escape and relax. Savor every bite. Then bring it all in for your encore. Only at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Tulsa. Voted Tulsa's best.
At Rogers State University, we keep things personal.
It all starts here.
We make sure our graduates get the most out of their education.
RSU has campuses in Claremore, Bartlesville, and Pryor, with on-campus housing and a wide variety of programs to suit your needs.
It all starts here.
Rogers State University.
Well, I guess
finish that off.
That's our cue. Sorry, guys. We're kind of in the middle of a meeting. We welcome you back to the all-new Oklahoma sports scene at Billy Burger at 21st and Yale in Tulsa. Also a location by Tinker Air Force Base in Midwest City if you want to be in there. And some of our Oklahoma City audience, if you haven't been out to Billy Burger, you need to try it. It's really, really good. Look at this chicken sandwich. I just want y'all to see the size of this thing. I mean,
and your wife Lauren loves these, right? The cheese curds.
Yeah. I turned on the radio the other day, and Lauren was reviewing the cheese curds with Russell Mills over on KRMG, and she gave them 2 thumbs up.
Okay,
so,
good stuff.
Anyway, it's a good deal. But we want y'all to come back. Billy Sims, our guest, of course, and man, you did a little of everything since you retired from football. I mean,
well, you know, I during the off season, I always was figuring out what I wanted to do.
Right.
Because in the NFL, that's what it is, not for long.
Mm-hmm.
So I was always involved in different things, from real estate to nightclub business to schools. I used to be involved in charter schools in the Dallas area before I started the barbecue business.
Yeah.
There's an organization called Texas Can Academy. Been around over 40-something years. An OU graduate started that back in when he was in school. Well, after he graduated in the late 50s.
Right.
But it's still around in the state of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And at one time when I was still there, we came to Oklahoma City to see about putting a charter school here. But at that time, they wasn't putting out any charter license.
Right.
But anyway, but I'm from farming, I'm raising horses and cows and all that. You know something about horses.
I know a few about horses. That's right, Barry. That's right.
If you wanted
feed them a lot of hay sometimes, too.
If you wanted some Billy Sims trivia, us being broadcasters, did you know that at one time Billy owned Shreveport's #1 FM radio station?
How'd you know that?
Don't ask. I have a lot of free time on my hands.
Yes, I was part owner in there at one time.
Was that soul music?
Yeah, urban,
yeah,
sure did. And I had a friend over there to this day. He had turned me on to it because they getting ready to lose their license. And so it's one of those type of deals. And we eventually sold it, over time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get Chris and I on there for long, and they would have lost their license eventually.
Well, then talk about all the start of Billy Sims Barbecue and how much your family recipes and
that came about at that time. I was at the charter school, 2004, and that's how I met Jeff Jackson at the Woodland Hills Mall.
Right.
He had a memorabilia store there.
Remember that?
So I just came up to do some autograph signing.
Right.
And kept doing it a few times, and he kind of liked how I handled the fans and stuff, because I wouldn't leave till everybody get an autograph.
I've heard that many times.
True story. I tell you, if you stand in line, you're going to get my autograph.
Yeah.
And, sometimes I have to be leery of that, because I did it one time in Michigan for Myers. They was opening up a new store.
Right.
I got there at 12 o'clock. I didn't leave till 10 o'clock that night.
Wow.
I made sure they all got their autographs.
Man, I tell you.
So I know what not to do next time. But it's because fans always come first. I used to watch guys that do autographs, and they'd be in a hurry to leave and stuff.
Sure.
But so I met Jeff Jackson. He liked the way I handled the fans. I said, Jeff, if it wasn't for the fans, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
And I was even the fair here.
Yeah.
I worked it for 13 years from open to closing.
We've seen y'all too.
You seen
all
me out there?
You said all the time for us there. That's right.
Even over here.
That's right.
So, and it was kind of Jeff's idea about the barbecue business.
Yeah.
He said, you know what? We ought to do something together. I'm like, it ain't that kind of party. We ain't doing it. He said, oh, no, I ain't talking about nothing like that. He said, we ought to go into the barbecue business. I said, barbecue business, like most men, we think we can barbecue.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Grant knows that.
Yeah, it's different at home. You mess up something, okay, no big deal.
Well, mine's only good because I got Billy Sims seasoning on it.
You got to have something.
Yeah.
But when you're in the restaurant business, it's totally different.
Wow.
And he stayed on me for a couple of years, and I wouldn't do it. I said, no. So finally, I'm thinking, okay, we do 1 or 2 stores because of the football background. Have one in Tulsa, have one in Norman.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know we was going to be in about 6 states years later. From 2004 to about 2007, we started franchising. and it just took off.
Wow.
From here all the way to Michigan, Wisconsin.
And is there any store you haven't been to sign autographs? Every time I call Jeff, he's up in Michigan now, he's over in Iowa. Yeah.
No, because, that was part of it. And we used to work at this fair 13 years. I was there every day from open to closing.
Remember that? Yeah.
Signing autographs, doing this and that. And but when it's fun, it's not work.
That's right.
Yeah. So I was just very fortunate and blessed to do
Something
that.
else you might know about Billy, he's also a bit of a horseman. Had some horses. We'll talk about that when we come back. We have a big Remington report on the Oklahoma Classics. Stay with us on the Oklahoma Sports Scene presented by the Cherokee Nation. We're at Billy's Burger in Tulsa.
Want to play a game? Then join us for $1 million Fright Night. Saturdays, October 9th through the 30th from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. We'll draw 5 players to carve off a share of up to $1 million cash. Start earning entries October 1st at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Tulsa. Tulsa's top spot for a good time awaits you. Come experience award-winning entertainment and nightlife. Escape and relax. Savor every bite. Then bring it all in for your encore. Only at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Tulsa. Voted Tulsa's best.
What happens when Rumble of the Oklahoma City Thunder takes on the two fellas and a big vehicle team on the court? They should leave it to a professional. And when it comes to moving the Thunder and all of Rumble's stuff, he should leave it to the professionals.
We got this. Let the pros from two fellas take it from here.
The Tulsa Oilers are back at the BOK Center for the 70th season of Tulsa hockey. Join the Oilers for opening night Saturday, October 30th at 7:05 as they take on the Kansas City Mavericks. For tickets, call 918-632-7825 or visit TulsaOilers.com and get ready to defend the rig.
The world-class thoroughbreds are racing at Remington Park. There's live racing now through December 17th. So don't miss all the action on the track and in the casino. Send your heart racing at Remington Park.
This past weekend at Remington Park in Oklahoma City featured some great races. It was Oklahoma Classics weekend. My man Dale Day has the complete wrap-up and some great highlights.
The Oklahoma Classics, a $1 million night of racing for the top Oklahoma breds, has been renewed now for a 29th time at Remington Park. Let's take a look at some of this year's top performances. The $130,000 Oklahoma Classic Sprint was to be the swan song for a great career for Welder, going 6 furlongs, a field of 8, many very familiar with each other.
Approaching the quarter pole, it is still Fly to the Bank on top after a half mile in 45.3 seconds. Up front, Fly to the Bank is there by length. Here comes Mesa Moon with a rally on the outside. Welder farther out, and up the rail, Shannon C. Mesa Moon strikes the front, and so does Shannon C. Shannon C. takes it away on the inside. Welder third with work to do. Shannon C. in an all-out drive. Mesa Moon chasing. Welder is third. Shannon C. pulling clear, and Shannon C. will pull the upset in the sprint by 3.
Welder flattened out to finish third. Shannon C., who Welder's defeated many times in their careers, finally gets through to get the win over Welder, and Shannon C. pulling a bit of an upset in the Classic Sprint, paying $12.80 for the win. The first Oklahoma Classics training win for trainer Scott Young and jockey Leandro Gonçalves, his first riding win. The Oklahoma Classics Distaff Turf for the fillies and mares going a mile and 16th, solid field of 9, featuring two sisters, Run Sloopy Run and Alternative Slew.
The outside, and Run Sloopy Run hits the front with a quarter mile to go. She's chased by her half-sister, Alternative Slew, as they come off the turn in 6 furlongs, 1 minute 12.41 seconds. Run Sloopy Run is out by 3. Alternative Slew is now second. Here comes Country Daisy and Twilight Curfew and Leather and Lace from the back. Less than a furlong to go. Run Sloopy Run over Alternative Slew. Run Sloopy Run. Hang on, Sloopy. Hang on. Run Sloopy Run. Pulling away to win it here over her sister Alternative Slew in the Distaff Turf.
Younger sister Run Sloopy Run, only 3 years old. She gets the better of the Distaff Turf over her older sister, 5-year-old Alternative Slew. Mike Jones, the owner and breeder of both Run Sloopy Run and Alternative Slew, he has the exacta in the Classics Distaff Turf. Run Sloopy Run, a star in the making. The richest race on Classics Night, the Oklahoma Classics Cup, powered by TVG, carrying a purse of $175,000 and an impressive performance.
Absaroka shows the way into the turn, has been up front throughout. Number one dude keeps the pressure turned up and begins to work a little bit. Great faces, 2 lengths back in third. United Patriot trying to come up the rail. Now Don't Tell Nobody leaves the back and is circling wide as they make the run into the stretch. 6 furlongs, 1 minute 12.62. Up front, Absaroka has the advantage by almost 3. Number one dude asked one more time for effort, trying to come on with a furlong to go. Don't Tell Nobody is now third and gaining, but only a 16th to go. And Absaroka and David Cabrera are going on to win the Oklahoma Classics Cup. Absaroka by 4.
Absaroka winning his 3rd straight race of the season, now a stakes winner, owned by Cowboy Stables of Clinton, Oklahoma, trained by C.R. Trout. For Trout, this is his 7th Classics Cup victory as a trainer since 2013. He now is the all-time leading trainer in that category. Ridden by David Cabrera, Cabrera's 10th overall Classics win, his 4th victory in the Classics Cup. Absaroka, a 5-year-old, on a streak now and showing dominance in this year's main event on Classics Night. A big congratulations to all of the winners for Oklahoma Classics Night 2021. We're now officially halfway through the Remington Park Thoroughbred season, and you still have plenty of time to come out before we wrap things up in mid-December to catch some winning action. At Remington Park in Oklahoma City, I'm Dale Day. Now back to Sports Scene.
And glad to be with us again at Billy's Burger here in Tulsa, right across from Expo Square on the 21st and Yale area on the northeast corner here. And our new Oklahoma Sports Scene show presented by the Cherokee Nation. Well, I just saw some great racing in Remington Park. You've been a racing fan and also a horseman yourself.
Well, I had a few horses, but I didn't race them, though. I didn't want to buy all that hay.
Yeah, that's right.
But it was great because I grew up in the country with horses and cows and hogs and pigs that my family had. And I really enjoy that type of atmosphere.
Ever had any interest in getting into the thoroughbred racing business or quarter horse racing?
No. My business partner's involved in one of them. I don't know which side, but him and another guy does some horse racing.
Well, they say thoroughbred racing has turned more multimillionaires into millionaires than any other sport.
Really?
It's expensive.
I know it's expensive, for sure.
Wow. And of course, Breeders' Cup coming up. We'll be previewing that at the first weekend in November. All the greatest championship races. But got any horse background in you? You're an Arkansas guy.
I was Baptist. I wasn't allowed to go to Oakland. So, but you know, we grew up in Salisaw where the Blue Ribbon Downs.
So we started. That's right. Blue Ribbon Futurity.
In fact, you met my aunt. She had the best bet motor in Salisaw, Oklahoma. And we catered to a lot of horse racers over the years.
That's right. Jim Over. I started our Winter Communications company doing the Blue Ribbon Futurity in 1981. Great story for you, Billy. I'm doing the opening of the show, and my director, Dick Rend, is trying to say, look at a beauty shot. Salisaw in March, the wintertime, there's not a lot going on.
Right.
Well, it's a nice gnarled tree in the infield. We'll pull off that. You can show it. I haven't watched it. Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Salisaw and Blue Ribbon Down. This is the richest non-privileged futurity. This is the Blue Ribbon Futurity. And I looked at my monitor. There's a front loader coming with 4 stiff legs. They dumped this horse into an open grave under that tree. I just kept going. We're going to keep going, too. We're going to come right back here and wrap things up with Billy Sims and our great memories here, so stay with us. That's a true story.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to search YouTube until I find that.
Yeah, for sure.
Never forget that.
Want to play a game? Then join us for $1 million Fright Night. Saturdays, October 9th through the 30th from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. We'll draw 5 players to carve off a share of up to $1 million cash. Start earning entries October 1st at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Tulsa. Tulsa's top spot for a good time awaits you. Come experience award-winning entertainment and nightlife. Escape and relax. Savor every bite. Then bring it all in for your encore. Only at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Tulsa. Voted Tulsa's best.
What happens when Rumble of the Oklahoma City Thunder takes on the 2 fellas and a big vehicle team on the court? They should leave it to a professional. And when it comes to moving the Thunder and all of Rumble's stuff, he should leave it to the professionals.
We got this. Let the pros from 2 fellas take it from here.
The world-class thoroughbreds are racing at Remington Park. There's live racing now through December 17th. So don't miss all the action on the track and in the casino. Send your heart racing at Remington Park.
Billy Sims knows barbecue. How about 9 meats, including brisket, chicken, pork, turkey, and ribs? Just to name a few, and 7 home-style sides. We start early to slow smoke the most delicious meats for over 12 hours.
Every day.
Wherever you want, online, dine-in, curbside, or carry-out. We've had a passion for over 15 years of serving delicious barbecue to people like you. Billy Sims has fast, drop-in friendly neighborhood service, loud enough for a tailgate and fancy enough for a wedding. Like we said, Billy Sims knows barbecue.
I'll wrap things up with Billy Sims with some kind of open college football questions here for him, Grant.
Yeah, we were talking about name, image, and likeness. We've talked about that for weeks and weeks. And how do you think Billy Sims would have done in the NIL era?
I just know one thing. I was born too soon. But I tell everybody, I took a pay cut when I went to Detroit.
Boomer Sooner. How about this shakeup with the Big 12? What do you think about Oklahoma and Texas leaving for the SEC?
Well, I thought they should have left a long time ago.
Yeah.
First, of course, at that time, something wasn't right in the water, I guess. But I do know this, if the other schools was approached the same way, they'd have left, be gone too.
Yeah.
It's all about the bottom line. We know that.
It's money. Money,
it's
money.
Yeah,
well, those TV revenues have changed so much in college football because, when Chris was doing games on ABC, there were 3 channels.
That's right.
You were playing on ABC.
I was on a 4 announcer, so, yeah.
And so, that has to have been kind of a big change for you to watch happen over the years.
Oh, without a doubt. But, you stay around long enough, my grandfather once told me, it'll change.
And Billy, how about for the young kids out there, and these guys who are just starting their football career, and all they think about is NFL. I'll get to the pros and make a lot of money. What are the realities of the chance to get in the NFL?
Very slim and none.
Yeah.
And none's gone. So you always got to have a backup plan.
Yeah.
And I was taught that from my parents and everything. Because I always worked. When I was in high school, I've done a lot of different types of jobs, from hauling hay and all that stuff. But I had an A plan and a B plan. My thing growing up was I thought I was going to be an auto mechanic at my gas station.
There you go. Hook station.
Yeah, make an honest living.
Yeah.
That's what I was taught. The sports parts was secondary. And I was just very fortunate and blessed to do it and have success in it. But you still can't put all your eggs in one basket.
Let's talk about this weekend. What's coming up here, Grant, on our football, the Big 4?
Well, we've got OU and Kansas. That'll be over about 2 minutes.
Well, you can't take it lightly now.
I know.
I've seen that happen before.
When Kansas came to OU.
I was a freshman.
Yeah.
But we still ended up being national champs. But
They still booed Steve Davis that day.
Yeah, we had about 9-10 fumbles.
Oh, yeah, it was awful.
Well, Kansas spelled Texas Tech pretty badly over the weekend, and I rubbed it into my Jayhawk alumni wife. So Arkansas is on the SEC Network. They take on an in-state school for the first time in history as they take on UA Pine Bluff, of course, for the first time since the 40s. Oklahoma State and Iowa State on Fox, and Tulsa faces that Leary Open date. So
2:30 for that. OSU has a big game. Billy, can't thank you enough for having us out here, buddy.
Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it.
Great memories, great burgers, great food. Come on out to Billy's
Come on
Burger.
by and see me. Say
Thanks,
hello.
guys.
You're a great burger.
And Boomer.
Sooner.